The USC football team, why the fudge did they lose in the Cotton Bowl to Tulane? Why? There's no reason they should have lost. Let's find out why. First, let's talk about Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley came in to USC to be the head coach of your USC Trojans. Find out. The reason he came in was because he was a proven winner during the regular season at his old place, and he always led his team to the postseason or playoffs, whether it was some weird bowl game. Never to a championship game, but he was very close. Lincoln Riley came into USC this year hoping to change the culture, which he did. He got players that were good, but he still had players from the old regime, in my opinion, that weren't up to his level or his par of thinking, hey, this player is the type of player that I want now and for the next 2 to 3 years. I think that's one of the reasons why this team couldn't beat Tulane. Defense, basically. But that's it. The defensive players weren't that good. We can't grade Lincoln Riley right now. We really can't. We can't grade this USC team, football team, right now. Like in every sport, once you have a new coach, come in, implement your system, get the players that you actually need to implement a perfect system, a perfect Lincoln Riley system. Then you as a fan or a sportscaster or whatever the fudge you want to call yourself can come in and grade them. On average, it takes 2 years for a coach to come in and implement what he wants, get the players who he wants, and ensure that this is what he wants as a football team, that the player is somebody who is smart, athletic, willing to win, willing to have chemistry, and the best at his position. Now let's be serious. When we have a bowl game, unless it's a championship game, the football players don't really want to, play. They have to be careful. Why? Because at this point they got agents. Most of the players want to go to the NFL. So the agents come in, they sign up, and they said, hey, you know what? We're not going to sign up yet. We're going to sign up after the season ends, obviously. But, they're already talking to agents. Let's be sincere. So the agent tells the player, hey, you know what? You got to be careful. You really don't want to get injured during your bowl game because, one, you could get injured and your draft level is going to go down. And you don't want that. You don't want to be a first-round pick that you know you're going to be a first-round pick, get injured in the bowl, and then go off in the third, fourth round. And that team that chose you doesn't even know if you're actually going to be healthy. Are you going to be injury prone during the NFL? This is one of the reasons why I think, especially on the defense side, the Trojans gave up. Their defensive players gave up because they want to go to the NFL. They want to be players that are getting paid, and that are getting paid because they got into a higher draft pick due to their own strengths, due to their own abilities, and not because they got injured and they have to go down. Now, I have to talk about the Lincoln Riley effect. I call it this because the Lincoln Riley effect is something that we've seen in his previous stint. For the majority of the part, Lincoln Riley is an amazing regular season coach. Amazing. He gets his players motivated. He gets his team working together in any type of chemistry type of game. In other words, function. What does that mean? It means that a player functions at every level. They are working together, left, right, middle, quarterback, defense, offensive line, safeties, kicker, whatever it is, they know their spots. But for some damn reason, once you go into a bowl game, or playoffs as I call them, or postseason, then you see that things change. The opposing coach, the opposing players sometimes have something to prove to themselves. And his team tends to back off. What does that mean? Well, yeah, he leads them to a bowl game. Yeah, he leads them to a playoff. Yeah, Lincoln Riley leads his teams to the postseason. But sometimes they can't jump the hurdle. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying it's not great. But hopefully he changes with USC. He gets better coaching, he gets better players, and he fixes those holes that are needed to be fixed. Last thing we need to talk about is Landale White, the great USC Trojan who started talking shit about the defense, who started talking shit about the USC Trojans. Let's read the comments and let's agree with him, because this was a sad moment for USC football. And it's a sad moment that actually occurred for two reasons. One, the players, and two, because ever since they lost to Utah twice, they haven't been the same. So let's read Landale White's comments.
Our defense and whoever's part of it is a fucking joke. It's a shame to be a Trojan right now. Y'all trash. In a reply to FTFO, yeah, but our special teams also lost this. Fair catch drop at the 1. Really? Man, fuck that running shotgun play action fakes. In a reply to Paul Singh, Tulane just played better than us today. Landale said, Tulane whooped our ass. That bend don't break defense shit you brought from OU ain't gonna cut it. In a reply to Ronnie Banks, I want to hear what the fuck they have to say during the postgame conference. Worst defense in SC history, 100% unacceptable. Landale said, ain't shit you can tell me, I just watch it on my own eyes. Disappointment is an understatement. Many exclamation points. Or marks. In a reply to Raymond Maturino, could be worse. We could have missed getting a first down on a 4th and 1 in the chip game. Not really, considering I won 2 before that. In a reply to Dino, it happens just like getting stopped on a critical 4th and 2 in the closing moment of the national title game. Landale said, never lost anybody close to Tulane, and I was playing in my 3rd straight national championship game. Never forget that, bro. In a response to former Pac-12 fan, you openly admitted that you got paid off by USC. Humble yourself and be happy with what USC is capable of doing when it's blatantly cheating. Landale said, bro, shut the fuck up.
Wow, that was fucking harsh. Woo, Landale. He's right, though. He's right. This was pathetic. But that's okay. The question that we have now is what's next for USC? Well, obviously, Lincoln Riley is a motivational force that's going to be attracting new players, that is going to get players committed to USC, which is great. And he's going to get the best players possible, which I could see in the next year, 2 years, 3 years. They're going to be number 1 ranked in committed players. All-star committed players, 5-star committed players, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's going to be great. That's going to be awesome. But he's going to need to be able to replace every player that goes every year to the NFL draft. And he's got to get that best player to come and commit and be better than the previous player was. Whether it was a quarterback, a defensive player, an offensive lineman, a kicker, whatever the fudge it was. I think the contract that they gave him for about 10 years is perfect for this USC Trojans, because it shows that we, the Trojan fans, have a committed AD, have a committed school to this USC football team. And that's very important for us. Tell us what you think. Where do you see the USC Trojans going in the future? And what grade would you give Lincoln Riley in now? But in 2 years, give me the actual grade. The grade that he deserves. Not now. But give him some damn grade. Alright. Thank you. Leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe.